Bay, Green Bay. It gets scary Halloween Day, scream face.
Antonio Brown played in the league from 2010 to 2021, 146 games played, 928 receptions, 12,291 yards, 83 touchdowns. Also returned the ball for 2,930 yards, 5 touchdowns, had 7 1,100-yard seasons, 1,100-yard plus seasons, let me refer to that. And his highest season was 1,834 yards in 2015. Damn. This man was a baller. And I'm talking, this man had multiple 1,200-yard seasons, a 1,600-yard season, and an 1,800-yard season. So in 2017, he signed an extension, 5 years, $68 million with the Steelers, with $19 million guaranteed. In 2018,
which means that contract would be coming to end in 2022, which means at the end of this season, it would have barely been ending, correct?
It would have barely been ending this year. So in 2018, he was sued for tossing furniture out of his 14th floor window and almost hitting a child. So that was settled in court. And then he was also fined for driving over 100 miles an hour in a suburban Pittsburgh neighborhood. Really, and so he was later reprimanded by the Steelers and later benched by them at the end of 2018, leading to the controversy where AB wanted to be traded. So AB goes to the Steelers and requests to be traded. They agree. The Roonies agreed to get him traded and almost get him traded to the Bills, where then Antonio Brown goes on Twitter and says this is not true. So he actually squashes his own trade and his own trade out of Pittsburgh. So he's later traded to the Raiders, and the Raiders agree to give him 3 years, $50 million with $30 million guaranteed.
Wait, how much was guaranteed from the 2017 contract?
$19 million.
So right now, how much was guaranteed from the New England contract?
This isn't we haven't even gotten to New England. This is from the Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders.
Contract.
That's what I meant.
So
yeah, okay.
$30 million. So
right
he would
now
have
he
had
has
$49 million guaranteed.
He has $50 million in the bank right now.
Well, hold on. We haven't even gotten there. So here's the thing. So during 2019, Antonio Brown. During 2019, Antonio Brown was sued by Dr. Victor Frisk, who he was working with the Pittsburgh Steelers at the time. Excuse me. And he had unpaid fees in which he was working with for his external, treatments. And he was later accused of farting in the doctor's face. So then when he was with the Raiders, trust me, it is ridiculous. Like, this man is out of control. So then... I can't even get past it, man.
Like, just farts fuck his money up, bro.
Flatulent fuck ups, like
shit. All right.
Ridiculous. So then he enters in the off season. He enters a cryogenic chamber for treatments, but he actually doesn't wear the proper footwear, messing up his feet, getting frostbite on them, and not being able to actually play. So also during the beginning of that season,
okay.
Also during the beginning of that season, they had the helmet controversy where he was wearing the same helmet for seasons on end, where they're supposed to update them every couple of years at least based on the NFL mandates. And so he made a big stink about it, threatened to retire, file grievances, and also attempted to spray his old helmet in the new Raiders black, and then ended up getting one a month later saying it made him feel great. So he just did all that for nothing. So then team workouts. This nigga is bananas. Like, fucking, not even regular bananas. Fucking Gwen Stefani type bananas. Like, that shit is ridiculous. And get this nigga the fuck up out of here. He should have been out the paint right then and there. You know what I mean?
For real.
Right after I finished the sentence, farting in his face, that man should have been out of the paint. Like,
nah, nigga, on the helmet shit, bro, it's like, bro, if you want to run around in a leather-ass helmet, bro, you're done. You're not finna retire. You're done. You're expelled. You can't do that. We can't just let niggas run around in the equipment that they deem necessary. Like, who does that? That's like niggas in NASCAR, like, I don't need a roll cage. I've been riding without the roll cage my whole life. My whole first 15 years of driving, no roll cage. Why I need a roll cage? Nah.
Yeah, there's plenty of reasons you need that roll cage, son. It's people just safety. So we get to the team workouts. So then this man threatened to fight the Raiders GM because he was fined for the team workouts. So the Raiders tried to look into releasing AB without actually paying him the guaranteed contract. But this is where the Gruden situation plays out. So Gruden says that AB is actually going to play week 1, even though the office is trying to actually get AB released. Then AB releases that phone conversation on YouTube between Gruden and himself, thus getting himself released. That's when he gets to the Patriots. So his money was actually squashed. There was some money that he actually didn't have to get all that back, right? So he's filing grievances. He didn't I don't think
$50 million.
Right, he didn't get the full 50. I don't believe. I'll look into the number here in a minute. So then he signs with the Patriots, right? So he suits up for the Patriots. He plays a game, scores his touchdown. Everything's all good. But it had come out that his former trainer, Brittany Taylor, had filed a lawsuit of sexual assault where she had accused him of rape and exposing himself. But it was dismissed because it was being outside of the statutes of limitations of criminal suit, thus resulting in being settled in civil court a couple years later. So then he gets released by the Pats.
They're like, we don't have time for this shit.
Right. So then, just to let you know that all that, the filing of all of that and what happens between AB being released or signed with the Pats, the allegations coming out, him scoring the touchdown, that's a span of 11 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
I was in Mexico, and I was like,
11
these
days.
motherfuckers. And that's when he had dyed his mustache gray. And it looked like he had a milk mustache.
Well, I mean, it's better than what he did in Pittsburgh, where he tried to dye it blue and yellow and red and just look like a clown that he is. So then we get to 2020.
You from Liberty City like me, man. You celebrate every victory you get. You fuck me over, I'm gonna fuck you over.
You too, I'm gonna fuck you over. So now I'm ready to fuck all of them over.
That's basically where we're gonna get to at this point, like, because we entered 2020 and this man it's going off the rails. So AB used to be a part of this youth football league that he ran in Hollywood, Florida, with assistance of the Hollywood, Florida Police Department, right? So because of those domestic incidents, he was actually issued a trespass order preventing him from actually going to institute with the team. They gave him his money back basically for his donations and said, we don't want to be affiliated with you anymore. So he also, in that same year, had a warrant for his arrest for battery charges for assaulting that moving truck driver. Eventually, he was charged with felony burglary of a vehicle, misdemeanor battery, and misdemeanor criminal mischief, pleading no contest and receiving 2 years probation, 100 hours community service, 13 weeks anger management counseling, and a psych evaluation.
I feel like I didn't hear about any of that.
Bruh, so yeah, that's the thing, the verdicts and everything all play out in silence, right? They're going to come out and say, like, this is what AB is going to be charged with, and then at the end, the verdict is like, no contest, but you don't read about the other stuff that goes into that if you don't read the article. So the league suspends him 8 games, and so what happens again? Tom Brady comes to the rescue again, because after that, he signs with the Bucks, and he goes on to be a Super Bowl champion. Confetti flies. Yay, AB gets a 1-year deal, right? All right, guys, in 2021, guess what I did? Presented a fake Vax card, right? So I get suspended again. So for doing that. So at the beginning of 2022, this year, this is how this nigga can't catch. This nigga don't deserve a break. Like this nigga deserves no breaks, 0. Cut the brakes on his shit and let it roll downhill. Like, what are we doing? Like, no breaks. Like, you want to know how long this year has been? January 2nd is when he took off his pads on the fields against the Jets. Like, that was this year. Damn. That's how long this year's been, dog. Like, that shit was 11 months ago. Like, this has been a long ass year. So then also this year, it has been shown in May he had exposed himself to a woman in a Dubai hotel and had become like physical, a physical altercation with her, and he had a warrant that was just issued this month for his arrest for domestic violence charges for throwing a shoe at a woman during a dispute and attempting to lock her out the house. And then he barred himself in the house and said he ain't going nowhere. So yeah, he was just in like a verbal standoff with police. I don't know the updates on this. Either yesterday or today. I can't remember. You know, I think that was today. You know, and so you know, as of this recording, or yesterday, since it's I guess past that. But yeah, as of the first, I think that's when that happened. So yeah, we got all caught up on AB. So as we get to that, listen, man, like. I got 4 letters for this man, and they spelled jail. Like, just get this man out of here.
Man. Sometimes that's what niggas need, bro, to learn a lesson.
Right? Listen, dog. Right? Hey, I'm not. Listen, I am a person who believes in refinement and second chances, and people to actually be rehabilitated to become better people, and our systems do not actually support that. However, what I'm saying for AB is we have offered so many solutions to this man, and he don't need no more community service. Just get him out of community. That is a service enough. Like,
all right,
get this
man.
Out of the pain.
There you have it about AB. That was the life of AB from 2017, 13-minute breakdown. This nigga garbage for that shit because he could have been great. He could have been, bro. He was on pace to be in the all-time. He's still an all-time great.
12,291 yards
that nigga,
in 146 games.
That nigga was going crazy. All right, man. Well, shit. We'll move on from that. AB, man, get your shit together, bro. We understand Liberty City is tough, but you're making it harder than it has to be.